What's up guys, welcome back to Sinister Bunny Studios, your go-to channel for heavy metal content. And today I've got something a little bit different than anything I've done before. Today I've got a video talking about some of the essentials that I feel like every modern guitar player today should have in their studio somewhere. To keep it short and sweet, I've only got 5 crucial things, but they are, again, crucial, so you want to listen up and watch to make sure you see every single one of these to make sure that you have one of them in your studio, because if you don't, I don't know where you're going. First item may seem kind of small, and that is a fret wrap. And this is especially for those who play in the extended range like myself with 7 strings and 8 strings. And this helps out with any kind of guitar in general. You take this and you wrap it around behind your nut, and you can kill out some of the buzzy, humming noises or any chimey sounds coming from high gain tones or just even clean chimey tones. This really helps to clean up your playing, especially when you're recording. It makes things sound so much better. There's a huge difference when you use one of these when you record, and I could not go without using one of these on every single one of my guitars when I record. Plus, they're not even that expensive. You could grab a handful of these for not too much money, and you would never have to worry about having a noisy guitar again. Item number 2 may also seem kind of simple, but for me, it is a big point of inspiration and creativity, and that is a good notebook. And that could also be partnered with a good pen. Now, I use Lloydstrom. This is a brand similar to what Moleskine would be, and they make very high quality notebooks. And this is a soft cover notebook. I got it in this red color, but this is where I put a lot of my ideas for videos and all sorts of crazy things. And it's just a good thing to get all the ideas that you have in your brain here onto something solid so that you can organize it and maybe turn it into a checklist and scratch them off as you go down, or just to get them in a more organized place, because it allows you to think better. If you got a lot of clutter of ideas up here, it's hard to come up with new ones. So when you clear that out and brain dump into a notebook like this, it's a lot easier to focus and come up with better ideas and work on current ones to make them even better. And for me, I just like writing in something physical, the scratchiness of paper on a pen. Like, I love that as opposed to doing something in my phone, like taking notes on my phone. I would much rather take notes in something like this. It makes me feel better, it inspires me to want to write things down, and it motivates me to come up with cool and new interesting ideas. Next item might cost you a little bit in the bank and in the wallet, but it is a nice, good, solid guitar. Now this is my Music Man, my Sterling Music Man, John Petrucci 7-string guitar. This thing is a piece of art. It is beautiful. It's got the Arctic Dream finish. I've got it paired with a leather Levi guitar strap, and this is my workhorse guitar. This is the guitar that I use for most of my recording, and it sounds great. It has the versatility of a 7-string. It's got the whammy, it's got the floating trem, all sorts of features that are really great because it is an all-around amazing guitar. So if you're a guitar collector, it is good to have just one solid workhorse of a guitar among all of your other fancy, eccentric, 8-string, multi-scale, baritone, crazy guitars. Having something that is reliable is key. And with this guitar, you really just can't go wrong. Next item may be something that might also break the bank a little bit, but it is a camera of some kind. Now, it doesn't need to be a DSLR like this. This is a Sony a5100. Shoots 1080p, 60 frames a second. You could pick this thing up for less than $500, maybe even $300. I don't even know, I haven't checked in a couple years, but this is my backup camera. But you can also go the route of a GoPro, and these things are very useful. A lot of the newer generations from like 6 and beyond can shoot in 4K, and they give you a wide angle, and they're just small, portable, and they're really good to have, because as a modern guitar player in this day and age, if you're not on social media, you don't have to be, but you want to be able to record yourself and watch your footage back of your playing. It helps you improve leaps and bounds than if you were just sitting and playing every day. Watching yourself to see what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right helps you improve tenfold if you weren't doing it otherwise. And if you're that strapped for cash and can't buy a dedicated camera like my a6400 that shoots in 4K video, 4K RAW, you could use your phone. Everybody has a phone, or at least most everybody these days has a smartphone of some kind, and these things are amazing with their video capabilities. You could use this thing to record yourself with just audio, or you could use it to record yourself with video, and some of these can shoot 4K video up to 60 frames a second, And that is an amazing thing to have because, again, recording yourself and watching it back is just something that really improves your skills much quicker. Which brings me to the last item, which is a smartphone. And this can be a smartphone that you got for $200 from a buddy, or on the used Facebook marketplace, or an Amazon one. There's lots of really good cheap smartphones out there. And if you got one dedicated for just using in the studio, not necessarily as a phone, something that can record audio and video at a decent resolution, you're set to go. And these things are so capable of so much more than just video and audio. You have metronomes, you can get applications to even record like demos on. You can have music theory apps on there, learning apps that help you learn music theory, guitar theory, etc. You can do so much with a smartphone. If you don't have one, at least try to get one of some kind or borrow one, because these things are essential. Not to mention, you can use them to post all of your awesome guitar playing that you've recorded of yourself on social media, because then you can gain a following, you can do all sorts of cool shit with that if that is your thing. You don't have to do that, but it is definitely a lot easier to do so with a smartphone, as opposed to just recording with a camera, uploading it to your computer, and uploading to social media on your computer. That's just don't. Use a goddamn smartphone. So let me know down in the comments if you've got every single one of these items in your studio, and if not, which one are you going to pick up next, because these are definitely some crucial items to have for the modern guitar player these days. And I don't know what I would do without all of these items, because they help me on a day-to-day basis with just organization, content creation, and overall creativity. They are leaps and bounds better than nothing. And with that, like I always say, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Stay metal, my friends.